Good? Speaking in the mic.
Testing 1 2.
Sweet, we are good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to podcast episode 5. How you doing, Martin? It's been a while, man.
It has been a while.
Yeah.
I think the last time we were here, we talked about the Oscars.
We did. We talked, and that's the thing I wanted to get into was the Oscars aftermath about all
Yeah,
that.
we made some predictions, and
We got it totally wrong. I got it totally wrong.
well, let's see.
You got almost everything right. That's the funny part.
Best actor, I think we both got right. We both said Phoenix would win.
Joaquin Phoenix would win it. Did he win it?
Yeah, he did.
Okay. It's been a while. So I can't remember. That was like
Best
February 9th.
supporting actor, I got that one right because I said Brad Pitt.
Uh-huh.
I think you said one of the guys from The Irishman.
I was supporting actor was Joe Pesci. I think he got robbed from that, but that's just my opinion.
And then
The Academy knows better than I do.
we both got probably the biggest award of the night wrong, which is Best Picture.
Yeah. What
So,
the fuck?
Yeah, it was actually Parasite. Which,
Wow. Like
Well-
you kind of had the main on that. Like
we said Dark Horse.
yeah, you said you were that one amongst the both of us said that it might be the dark horse.
Yeah,
to
I
win
said
it.
Dark Horse, but my pick was 1917. So
Yeah, so was mine.
yeah, so was yours, which is kind of the obvious one. Like that's where
Yeah, it was the safe pick.
Yeah, that was a safe pick. That's when everyone was going towards. And
Yeah. It was a safe
Paris?
bet. It was one of the ones where like you picked the best team from the game that night, but it was like it could have gone anyway, and it went the direction of Parasite.
And then I think you pointed out when we were hanging out around that same time was that Parasite, if Parasite would win Best Foreign Picture or Best International Picture,
that it
it,
wouldn't
it
get
probably wouldn't get Best,
best
Picture.
But I was wrong
What,
on
it
that.
got both of them?
It got both of them.
That is
A sweep.
That's crazy.
That is what they call a good old fashioned sweep, man.
Yeah.
I mean, good for him. Good for the director.
And he won Best Director too, didn't he?
Yes, he did win Best Director. No, did he? No, I don't think he did. Did he? So now we have to look up Google. And I don't want to get his name mixed up because I don't remember his name, and I don't want to fuck it up.
Oscars 2020. Yes, he did win.
Yeah, he won.
So
Damn.
He took home Best Director,
Best
Best
film,
Picture.
Best foreign language
foreign
film.
pic-
Didn't he win Best Writing, or was that another? Was it Best Screenplay, or was it another movie that won?
No, I think you're right. I think he got one of the screenplays.
What's his name, by the way? I forgot. I'm not gonna be one of those assholes.
Yeah, he won Best Original Screenplay.
Jeez, he killed it.
Yeah,
It was his year this year.
Now you're asking for his name.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I want to try and pronounce it because I don't want to butcher it.
Can I read it then?
Absolutely, if I can find it.
Had some bad Chinese food last night. I think it's coming back to get me. It's coming back to haunt me.
You want to try that, director?
So, director Bong Joon-ho.
Bong Joon-ho.
It was his year. Bong Joon-ho, man, he killed it.
Good for him. I mean, a foreign film.
You know what? It just goes to show, foreign or not, film is a film. And depending on who's got that hot hand or who's got that great idea that's just perfect for the time and for the setting and for the atmosphere of today's world, we need a movie like that. And spoiler alert, I did not see it yet.
It's okay. I haven't seen it either.
It just falls into the same stereotype of, Americans just don't want to watch foreign films because either it's subtitles or just because it's not an American film. And you know what? They're absolutely right. They're right. There's a bias with how we take things. It's kind of like we're conformed in a way to just love all things that are just made here in this continent, and everything else is just not as equal. It's almost that to what I think, almost to the theme of that movie about class and about how other upper classes see. I'm not saying I see other continents or other countries as a lower class, but it's just like there's a bias to the point where I'm used to seeing movies made in America, and that's all I've been accustomed to seeing when I was young until I'm growing older, till I have my mind on my own and start watching other films. that are not made here, but it's still like, okay, I want to see this foreign film. It's a foreign film, and it's not like I want to. I'm not gonna go see it because it's a foreign film, but it's just like in my mind, I was like, oh, I'll eventually see it. I'll eventually see it. I'll eventually see it. I just think it's a subconscious thing that you go in and it's like, I'm gonna see this film eventually, but because it's sort of like, maybe it sounds gonna sound fucked up, but because it was from another country, it's like my mind puts it to the back of my it puts it to the back of the shelf, like eventually I'll get to it, because it'll be there, versus maybe a film such as The Irishman or Once Upon a Time in Hollywood or 1917. But even 1917 was a foreign film that was made in Britain, but yet we've been so infused to for British and Canadian and films that are more in the realm of our specter, of the English specter.
Well, it's the same language.
Yeah, it's the same language. Yeah, so it's like we're so used to that. And maybe it's just because it's a language thing, right?
Well, yeah, there's
the language barrier.
A little bit of extra effort having to keep up with subtitles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, I haven't seen it just because it's not from America. It's more because I have to read.
You have to put in extra effort. So maybe that's it too. Like, you just gotta have to put in the work to watch a movie. Like, I go to watch movies to chill, not to fucking want to read. Is that like, would that be like the mentality of it for some people?
I think for some people, yeah.
Yeah, like how you did it. Like, it's just God damn it, I gotta read it. So that takes some extra effort.
Yeah, I think some people just kind of have more comfort if it's in a language they understand and know.
So maybe
like with anime, for example. There's animes I watch, but I usually watch them once they're dubbed and they're in English, just because it's just
English.
It's easier to understand for me.
Right, it's easier to comprehend. So maybe I'm just the racist. I'm the only one that going with this fucking different country perspective. Maybe I was just the one who's grown up to be fucking prejudiced.
Yep, it's just that.
I mean, it's just me. At least I know I have a problem.
Yeah,
it's the first sign. It's the first sign of steps to recovery, as I said.
You've just admitted that if it's not made in America, it's not worth watching.
If it's not in America, fuck yeah. I don't want to peek. Yeah, no, like, I still need to see it. I want to see it so bad. I saw Snowpiercer, so fucking good, and Train to Busan was really good. It was a great horror thriller, and it was made by this guy. Yet for some reason I can't go see this fucking movie. Well, I want to go see this movie. It's just I forget about it. It's like, on to the next thing, and like, fuck, that's all right. I still gotta go see this movie.
I think also, I mean, probably just for me and maybe you too, but if you fall behind in movies you should see, you have to play like catch up.
Yeah.
And sometimes that may be in like the back of the list of movies you gotta like catch up on or something.
Yeah, you want to still stay current.
There's a whole list of movies I gotta catch up and watch.
That's the same thing with video games with me too.
Yeah. So like, it might take a while to get to Parasite.
Like,
but
I have yet. I'm gonna get a shitload of flack on this. I have yet to play. Fuck. Joel and what's her name?
Last of Us.
I've yet to play Last of Us. I've never played that game.
We gotta play it because Last of Us 2 is gonna come out this year.
Yeah, Last of Us 2 is coming out, so now I have to fucking look for it and play it. Yeah, dude. I got off topic, but yeah, that was the Oscars, and I lost. So, we'll have to do better next time, huh?
Hey, I got Best Animated Picture right.
You did. I was laughing so hard.
I said Toy Story 4.
I was like, fucking Martin getting it all right. We were bowling too and shit, because we made word on our promise and went bowling.
Yeah, we went bowling, which it was a busy night for bowling.
It was.
So that's kind of surprising.
It was a nice little bowling. It was cheap too. We went 3 games in. Yeah. So that was happening, and meanwhile, like between then and now, a whole lot of shit went down. We're fucking in the midst of a political battle here, and I mean, this is more like we talk about film, but what's been going on lately, Martin? A whole lot of shit. Like, fucking, everyone's getting sick and dying, and they can't treat this new virus named after a beer.
The swine flu.
That's why.
Ebola?
No, like the Ebola virus is out now. Fucking, it might as well be Ebola, dude. It's been killing people left and right. So like
Corona.
Corona, dude. Like now I have to wash these microphones when we're done, hoping I didn't catch anything from you because you're the one who's been in the city. I'm playing.
I mean, you kind of have it good. You live out here in the fucking desert.
So isolated.
Yeah, you live just away from everybody else. So you're probably safe.
I'm gonna keep it that way. Everybody who's in the city right now, stay where you're at and don't come to me unless I ask you to.
So I'm gonna assume that the 4th of July party is canceled.
Probably. Well, no, I'll still go. I'll catch a coronavirus for a party for a 4th of July party. Why not? Yeah, dude. So that's been going on, and meanwhile, we've just been trying to catch up on some things. We have a movie to watch, my friend, and we don't have much time to do it.
Well, do you want to introduce the movie?
Yeah, that's another thing. Like I have a whole fucking spiel here. So we're going to watch the second movie of my second short film that I made of my still green filmmaking career. And that was directed by Zach Trussell, his second movie, and cinematography, of course, was by yours truly. And it was a movie called The Great Bambino.
Now, this is kind of one you were fully hands-on, right?
Fully hands-on in the creative spectrum.
For 6s and 7s, from what I remember, you said you came on because the DP on that one wasn't available. He bailed. But this one, you're on board from the beginning.
This one was all me.
So
this was my first time actually doing fully, from start to finish, cinematography, pre-production, planning, production, and then post-production. Because not only was I the cinematographer, Martin, I also edited it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was Zach's editor. I did editing all the way up until his latest one, the one about the aliens, the best friend. So yeah, I got a close-knit rapport with Zach. Like I'm one of the few he trusts in terms of his films. And I think it's like I'm his only option right now because he hasn't found anybody else to do shit. He's got to pay him. And it's kind of like it's not easy for him, I guess, to find. Well, I'm just not saying it's not easy for him. He can find a fucking area he wants. I just think he's comfortable with you. He's comfortable, and it's kind of like I get it because like you're used to one person doing your thing and they're doing it well. That trying to find someone else is a whole new different fucking beast to build a comfortability with and to trust. You know, trusting someone with your work can be kind of a little bit challenging more than you might think it is. So yeah, I edited this one and I did cinematography, but like before all that, after 6s and 7s, he was like, okay, I got a real script that I wanted to do. Not a real script, but like I have a script that I really wanted to do after 6s and 7s. He's like, this is the one that has more levity to it. It's been one that's been bothering me, and it's like he wanted to touch on comedy. He's like, I want to touch on comedy in my old Zachary Trussell fashion. And he gave me the script, and I'm like, oh, this is cool. The concept is cool. It's pretty much about 3 kids about to move on, you know, like move out and be responsible. But before all the responsibilities start to come upon them, they decided to take one more day to just be unresponsible, immature assholes and just to smoke some weed and just chill for one last day for all of them before they have to grow up. And that particular day, they ran out of their preferred herb, so they have to go to their regular dealer, who he has sold out on all his supply except for one strain. This strain is called the Great Bambino. Now, this strain is cursed. It's for some reason it's bad luck. Whoever smokes it, shit just falls down on them. Like they just have the worst luck and could end up either getting arrested or dying. So,
God.
a lot like there was a lot to the script.
This movie also has, I think, one of the greatest cameos I've ever seen.
Oh, definitely. It's that like then when you filmed it, didn't know, but like if you watch it now, because he's built up such a career and a rapport of him for himself, it's a great fucking treasure to see.
I don't think we're thinking about the same cameo.
No?
No.
What are you thinking of?
You'll see once we watch it.
Oh, okay.
Once we sit and watch it.
I think I know who you're talking about now. I think I know who you're talking about now. Yeah. Oh, God. Damn, too bad he isn't here for me to talk to him. Too bad he left.
He could have joined in. He could
have joined in.
Yeah.
Shit. Now he's not here. He went to go Pete's Fish and Chips. Talking about my dad. My dad makes his cameo in here, by the way, you guys. I thought you were talking about Hunter.
No, I mean, his cameos.
His cameo's okay.
I mean, his is more than like a cameo, though. He's like a supporting character, so he's
That's
in there
true.
for quite a bit.
That's true.
Your dad's a cameo.
My dad's the cameo.
He's in
You're
there
right.
quick, and that's it.
You are right. Oh, fuck's sakes. Okay, so that's the summary of the movie. We had to like fucking cut some things out. Obviously, there were some things in the movie and the script where we had to just cut it out or film it in a different way, just for time, sake and logistics. Like there was a point where we just had little time to do the things we wanted to do, and we had a big problem with our actors, with one in particular who was supposed to play I forgot already. He was supposed to play one of the guys, and he was not even in the same state. And he was supposed to play one of the actors. I think his name was the character name was Ralphie. I forgot the actual actor's name, but he was in Carolina, and he was supposed to play the actor Ralphie the next day.
It's just a breakdown of communication,
I guess it was just like he told us that he was going to be in Arizona a week before we started shooting. But by the time we were getting ready to film, he was still in Carolina, and he couldn't get a fucking flight back to Arizona on that day. So Zach pretty much had to nix him and play the character himself. So he had to play the character himself on a whim. And then one of the characters who was supposed to play the boyfriend who steals things, he couldn't make it.
Oh.
So
I think that's a blessing in disguise there.
It kind of was a blessing in disguise. So if my memory serves me right, Zach got someone else to play that guy. But he couldn't get someone to play one of the other main characters. So Zach took the kid whose name was Alex King, who was a fucking animal, who was gonna play the new boyfriend, promoted him up to being one of the main characters, and then got our good old friend Hunter Getz to play the boyfriend.
Oh man.
Yeah, so a lot happened within the last 48 to 24 hours for this movie to happen. A lot fucking it was like as if this movie was almost hexed itself. It was almost a curse in itself to not happen.
So there's a good possibility this movie could have been something totally different.
Totally different.
Than from what we see.
Totally different. So let's just already delve into it.
Hit play.
Let's hit play here. And I will tell you. You mind hitting the lights for me there, buddy? Okay. Let's get this started. I think you can hear outside too. I already have audio problems.
Technical difficulties.
Already we have technical difficulties.
In the meantime, though, you can listen about our sponsors,
Oh God.
which is currently none.
We have no sponsors yet.
But if there's any interest, just hit up Ed and you can arrange the deal and stuff.
Arrange the deals. All right. I think we got it. There we go. Yeah. Oh yeah. Don't want to wait too loud so we can talk over each other. Uh-oh, what happened? Hold on. Wait a minute. There we go. All
Did
right.
he win?
Of course he won, weren't you?
So
there?
this movie,
No.
But you heard about
that was
it,
Alex
right?
King, by the way, who was walking in. He
Heard
started
about
walking
what,
in.
dude? Pete Flanagan.
That is Matt Wetzel. If you notice, if you remember him, he was also one of the characters in our last movie, Sixes and Sevens.
So how'd you go about doing this? You just gather a group of people and you're like, hey,
So Zach knew these two guys. I forgot their name. I think one of them was Trevon. And the other name is, I think his other guy's name is Martin.
oh, hi.
Yeah. He got these two guys just from wherever he knew them from, and then just told them, hey, we need two guys to play two kids from high school to fight each other. And I got this scene that's just so benign and fucking stupid, but you just try your best to act it out. And it had a regard of one guy just spreading one dude's butt cheeks open and spitting in it because his one guy had sex with his sister. It was really fucking stupid. You notice Zach's, at least during this time, Zach's his writing, yet still to be refined and tooled, was still a little bit on the immature side. There's nothing wrong with that. It was a comedy, so it's more of a Friday meets dope kind of thing, or meets the typical high school party movie that you see nowadays, like American Pie and such what.
Yeah, might come out with a good old 8-pack.
Yeah, come out with the 8-pack of hard dick.
All right, give me the cash.
So in terms of audio, how much of this was ADR?
So pretty much, like, I would say 70% of this movie was ADR.
Okay.
We had no audio guy. The guy who was our last audio dude couldn't make it to the shoot, so we were already fucked there. And the guy who gave us his audio gear, we wasn't that great. Like, we had no clue how to like put it together. I had no fucking idea how to manage audio. The recorder he gave us wasn't that great. It was like mediocre at best, and the way how he had it plugged in through a regular microphone jack instead of an XLR cord that you usually would have, wasn't. Yeah, no, it wasn't good. It wasn't a great setup. And so the audio came out really shitty. And we just had to end up fucking doing ADR, having the guys come in and re-record the audio for us. And they did a great job. Shout out to our audio guy, though, our audio engineer, Jeff Southwick, who showed up late in the game to help us out with this movie. Like, honestly, if it wasn't for him, we'd be fucked. Like, it wouldn't sound as... It's still not the greatest sound, but it's a lot better, like a whole lot better than what it would have sounded if we didn't have him on board. This kid, his name is Daniel. He was actually he's one of the football players from GCC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
From the football team?
Yeah, well, from the football team that
The football team that no longer exists?
yeah, the Gauchos no longer exist. But he knew this kid, and he was, I guess they were on the same team. They were, of course, on the same. They were on the team, and he knew him, and he brought him in to play the dealer. And he was very grateful for it too. He was really grateful and really cool and chill and happy to be part of this. Like, he was so supportive. Like, yeah, definitely, Zach. He was so on board and completely, completely participant in it. Really, he participated in everything that we wanted him to do, and he was all for it. He was all hands on deck.
Then why haven't you been arrested?
You know, that's a question I often ponder about myself. To tell you the truth, I was about to come out here and bury this weed in the ground.
So this is the
no one
part
had
where
to
he
carry
talks
the
about
curse.
Dude, I'd be
the
more than
weed,
happy to
because
take it off
Matt's
your
character here is getting pretty desperate. He wants
All right,
something.
hold on.
So he's like, all right, I got this strain, but it's a little off the market. Shake.
So I have this group of
that's
like
like a
casts. Are they all like first time actors? Is this something that Zach had to deal with?
Better than nothing.
Yeah,
Did you say it
they're
was-
all. Most of them are first time actors, exception of 2 people.
Thanks, man. What's it called?
Matt Wetzel right here, who was one of our leading
Great Bambino.
actors. Nice little segue, not segue, but little effect going on. A little boop boop boop. That was Jeff Southwick again with the
I'll take a few hits.
sound effects.
So
Yeah,
what
this
guy
movie
get
just-
arrested for?
It's something else.
Got arrested for child support. Then I sold some to Scootsy, who got arrested for skipping child support payments. Then the last guy got arrested for.
So in terms of camera, are you on?
So I got help
This
from
is real?
2 amazing people in Jordan. If I want to get his name right again, I don't want to fuck up his name. Jordan's Barbordo.
Sabaro?
Yeah, I think that's how you pronounce him.
Sure.
And Anime Lopez. They were my fucking crew, mostly from start to finish. God bless them for helping me out, because I would have been exhausted if it was all just me.
He's out of town.
But they both definitely helped out. They both were fully committed to like the work, and they were just so fucking great.
But in terms of like gear though, camera gear and stuff, this is like DSLR. Are you on the-
This was from my T6S.
Oh, okay.
This was
So you still haven't delved into like the C100
I
yet?
have not.
Nothing
Yeah, I
like that?
didn't go into the full. We went complete cheap on this. This was my T6S with like a rented out other DSLR that Zach rented out for dual camera, which is that angle right there. He wanted multiple angles. This is the point where I didn't understand the full effects of what lighting could do. I just went all natural. I'm like, I don't have money for lights, for artificial lights. Hell, I don't have money for fucking deflectors or diffusion. So some shit comes up like underlit, some is overexposed. So in terms of cinematography, this was probably my worst. This was probably my worst I've ever done. But honestly, this really didn't need to look pretty. It just needed to have like a fucking chilled kickback, more of a West Coast vibe-ish style to it. Suburban, I gotta get home to mom and dad before they kick my ass kind of feel.
They got his ass for 86 years in prison for trafficking elderly sex slaves.
Elderly sex slaves, because you can't blame people with sex slaves. The sex trafficking in Arizona has gone too fucking crazy. Real joint, by the way. I hope I didn't incriminate myself by saying that.
So a couple scenes before that, he throws his phone. That was the actual phone.
That was his
wasn't it?
actual phone. Again, we had no fucking money for props, so everything that we had here was real, with the exception of those flowers in the foreground, which I needed to add some depth to shit. So I constantly was berating Zach, like, I need to get depth. This shot right here, opening up from the keys inside, that was my idea. I mean, Tupac Not Dead, that was Zach's idea. Curse of the Bambino, foreshadowing here. Him in the shitter. He really took a shit right here. Like, that wasn't his shit. The sound effects was Foley, but he really fucking shat. And I was just disgusted, because that was me inside there. He had no mercy. Yeah, you can see right here, like, we had like a couple of like regular lights, like
You can see them bounce off like the fridge.
Yeah. It's just so bad. Uh oh. One of our boys is about to come in. And they're running up. Oh shit! Close up of Kayleen's boobs. Shout out to Kayleen. Hope you're doing okay. And there's our boy Hunter. Hunter Getz. Good old Hunter Getz picking up Kayleen McCannon for a little flirtatious moment here. They're about to fuck. At least that's what we think they're gonna do.
Oh shit, it's his cousin Haley. What the frick is she doing here, man?
I don't know.
She's supposed to play the cousin of their friend who owns the house. She's supposed to like be the one who's taking care of the house guy. And okay, you know, Hunter with the little flirt with tap on the nose, I guess.
So was Hunter part of the crew as well?
No,
So he was just kind of
he was just an actor.
came on. Oh, okay.
Yeah. He met Zach at I guess in their writing class, and Zach asked him to be a helping hand in the acting area. At this point, we were desperate. We'll take anybody. You notice, like, he mixed her drink with some sleeping aid. And at first, a lot of people think, oh, he's going to rape her. Which is funny, because that's not the idea we had in mind at first. But if they're like, they think that, let's go with it. It's whatever. So I had in mind a whole spiel segment on this, and Zach's like, no, just act like you're robot dancing and fall asleep. I'm like, man, I wanted a few 3 or 4 shots of her doing like sexy dancing and trying to seduce him, and then she falls asleep. But Zach's like, fuck that. Just
go
do the
for a robot.
And we'll just do like one frame, one shot, and you just the most like boring of frames, and just get that. Because we got so many other things to do right now. So many other shots to get.
What the frick just happened?
I don't know, but I think he's leaving.
That shot right there, it was just the two of them. Zach wasn't even like in that shot because we were still waiting for that kid to come to Arizona, that actor.
Oh.
So we shot a few shots without him, and so some shots just have those two in frame.
He's fucking robbing the place, bro.
That is probably the only the only shot right there that has actual on set sound.
Oh, on-set audio?
Yeah. Here we got a montage of Hunter stealing.
Took
shit
a
from
bike
the
and a
house.
TV?
Yep, TV, fucking guitar, and the bike. You know, it's all those Zach's baby pictures right there in the hallway. And we also got a dolly. We got a dolly just for that one shot to track him while he's walking. We rarely used it. I think we only used it one more shot, and that was it. And check out for the Zach cameo voice right here. Text. Ringtone.
Hey, Dad, what's up? No, I didn't eat the last frozen pizza. I don't know, maybe Mom ate
It's
it.
also on-set audio, and it sounds horrible.
Yeah, yes, no. All right, I'll let you.
It's funny because before this shot right here, right before we were shooting that.
Oh,
Hold on.
That was my favorite part.
Hold on. Yeah, here he is, the man, the myth, the legend, Edward Rios Sr. as Metiche, everybody. And my dad was the one who wanted to be called Metiche or Metiche.
So did you just ask him, hey,
Yeah,
do
it's
you
like,
do you want to be in this movie?
My dad's like, you want to be in a cameo? We just be a nosy neighbor. He's like, sure, but you got to name me Metiche in the credits. And I'm like, all right, sure, whatever that means. And apparently it means just nosy ass neighbor.
Yeah.
So that shot beforehand when Hunter was calling his dad or his mom, his dad called, and it was almost the same exact fucking conversation that was in the script. I shit you not. It was hilarious.
And you guys just weren't recording?
Yeah, we should have recorded that instead of just having it in the script. So I learned a lesson. Never have fans on when you're shooting low angle or high angle. And there's fan in the shot, you make sure you have it off because it fucks with the frames like that. Fucks with the frame rate, apparently. There's my dad again. Another shot of my pops. He did a good job, man. He was a team player. He's like, whatever you need me to do.
I mean, he had no lines, so it was just a little.
He
bit
did. He
more,
actually
yeah.
did had a couple lines
Oh, he
when
did?
he calls the police.
Oh, okay.
And this next few shots right here. Right now, they're talking about the revelations of the weed. They're finally realizing that the weed is not safe.
I didn't put 2 and 2 together.
What is the curse of the Great Bambino?
Well, you see, in 1918, Red Sox traded Babe Ruth to the Yankees.
Got the whole fucking
The whole
backstory and shit.
Well, is it real? Real as the nose on your fucking face, buddy.
This was also on set audio, and it was bad. It was just so bad because it was from the camera.
So you guys find somewhere to put the body, and I'll go check
It just makes me cringe whenever I hear it. This location was actually Zach's old house in Glendale, 27th Ave, I believe. 27th Ave in Bell. Yeah. There's his lines, all in Spanish.
All in Spanish.
Yeah. That was the last dolly. That shot right there, that tracking shot, was the final dolly shot. We spent $200 on 2 shots. Oh, what happened? Uh-oh.
Oh, the movie crashed.
The movie crashed. Hold on.
Uh,
We have to go back and do this again.
technical difficulties.
Little difficulties. Here, don't you dare with the fucking. Maybe because.
We're past that.
I'm gonna have to put this all. There we go. That shot. We spent $200 on just 2 shots for a dolly just to get those 2 shots, Martin. That's how fucking crazy we were.
But that dolly you end up using later on, right?
That was the last one. That was the last.
No, I'm saying for like later projects.
For our later
stuff.
no.
No?
No.
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 Oh, I was just the one.
That fucker cost so much money.
Wait, did you guys rent it or buy it?
We rented it.
Oh, you rented it? Okay.
Yeah, we rented it. We bought the jib, which was used for one shot when they climbed over the
When they come over the fence.
fence. Yeah.
Hey, but that jib was a good investment because
It was.
that you end up using it
Using it multiple times.
later on.
Ended up becoming my signature camera movement.
I was thinking about getting a vest, like a little bow wow.
My signature composition
Oh man,
shot.
that's smart. That dude's fly. I wish I stole something.
Yeah, that just came off so bad. That fucking line. Zach's his acting, his performance actually kind of took me a little bit by surprise. I thought he had done horrible, but he actually does pretty well. He kind of understood the role of this character really well. My shitty focus racking right there, ladies and gentlemen. Yep.
See the line!
Hey, you paid for this! And you never washed your hands!
Oh man. The lines in this movie are real. So, because they left the weed behind and
Where'd they go?
they jumped the backyard, and
Oh,
ran away
they
because they
just-
got caught.
They just ran behind the tree.
Yeah, they just ran behind. They just ran behind the tree. Well, they ran past behind the tree, but yeah, it looks like they just ran behind the tree. Yeah, it's because she got the weed. She kind of takes on their curse now. It's passed on to her. Yeah. So we do have a blooper reel on this thing, and it's pretty fucking funny.
I was about to ask you if you could bring out the blooper reel.
I was gonna bring out the blooper reel here real quick. Shout out to Anime. She also did production design. I forgot about that. She was fucking all over this, but she helped us out so much. Shout out to her. Hope she's okay. Matthew, Adam King, Daniel, Aileen Hunter. There's a Trayvon and Stan. That's my dad.
Hey, where's Ben Ortega?
Oh, you know what? Was Ben Ortega even in the credits? I think we found a first.
Oh no.
No, there he is.
Oh, there's Ben Ortega.
First assistant camera.
First assistant camera.
There he is. I had a feeling he was in there. Yeah, so that was a Great Bambino, dude. Like, it was...
It's different than the first one.
Yeah, like, I don't know. Like, it could have been a lot better. But we were so rushed for time, man, and we had our fucking actors dropped off the day before. We had to like come up with shit with our asses.
Like that curse in the movie sounds like it just came off to you guys on set. Like,
yeah,
you guys are just cursed.
We're just cursed. The minute he put pen to paper or typewriter to paper, he didn't even typewrite it. I'm just whatever. Whenever he started the script, it just became an instant curse. Like he thought of curse and it cursed us. So yeah, I mean, it was a different movie. It was a completely. If you'll notice, Zach's movies, they're never the same. They're kind of, they are in a way because you could tell it's a Zach movie, but at the same time, it doesn't touch base on the same subject. It touches on different genres. He goes all over the place. I guess this is who he is, who he wants to be, what he wants to do when he makes films, and that's fucking good, dope. I respect that and I admire that. You can get easily caught up in wanting to direct or wanting to film the same kind of genre or same kind of concepts for what speaks to you, but to like want to dive into different varieties of things is cool, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that I found someone who wants to do that. Like, I got really lucky when meeting him. So yeah, man. Would you want me to pull up the bloopers?
I think the bloopers would be something good to show.
God,
there's some good stuff on there.
Okay. I'm gonna pull up fucking YouTube here because I forgot where I put the bloopers in my computer. And I believe
youtube.com/thehumanrobot.
/thehumanrobot. Here they are. Bloopers from the Great Bambino. Oh, this is pretty funny. That's me hitting Slate. My dumb ass got in frame. And I just realized I'm like fucking idiot. Good old Matt.
Was this supposed to be like the credits for the movie?
Yes, it was supposed to be the end credits. Again, because of timing, we decided to like nix those. Yeah, this movie ended up being 20 minutes long, and with the credits, how we made it, it would end up almost being 25. So to cut it a bit, we cut off the credits. But these were so great. Adam, man, what a find! This kid was so fucking cool. I love him so much. He reminds me a lot of Jake Castaldo.
He does.
A lot of Jake Castaldo in him. Like, just that personality, that same kind of levity. Yeah, man. The kid had no shame. And good old Zach. The whole shoot, Matt couldn't keep a straight face, man. That's where he actually shitted. I was laughing. Right there. Yeah, see, he actually shitted because he did. Shout out to Kayleen for being a team player. Being part of this crazy-ass group of fucking kids. Daniel. He's so supportive. Look at that. Willing to just jump over his own car and dent it for this movie. And then our boy Hunter. Boy, has he come a long way.
Dude, that's a different Hunter there.
Completely different Hunter gets. Didn't even know how to put in the right amount of salt or whatever it was in the champagne. Different takes. It was actually our funny. Like, we had to do this like take after take after take because I fuck up. I keep fucking up focus racking, but at the same time it was like timing. It was just getting that timing right with that shot. This never made it in the movie. This was just for shits and giggles. It was just improv. really stupid. That was funny. Yeah, I was all improv. Like, fucking, what a stupid movie, man. Now that I think about it, it's so stupid. Like, it's so dumb. Like, the concept's great. Like, I love the fact it sounds so adventurous. Couple guys go out to smoke, but the weed that they end up having is fucking cursed, and they have the best. If this was given a big budget, a bigger budget, like a Hollywood type budget, I have a feeling it would have been one of those better comedies for its time. I honestly believe that. Maybe because I'm just seeing it biased, but just the concept seems so fucking good. But execution wise, it's just more easier said than done.
I mean, this is also so early on in, like, when you started and Zach started. So
yeah, we're just learning.
Yeah, it's a learning curve for everybody that was involved.
Fucking learning curve, bro. More of like a lesson. So many lessons learned in this. But it was a good movie. It was not a good movie, but it was a good experience. Like, on set, being on set with those guys was one of my first full-on set experiences from start to finish, where I was actually there with the actors for most of the time, if not all of the time. And just getting to know those guys, just being in the trenches with them. Fucking forgot to mention that we shot this in the middle of July. And it was in 2016. This is the one we had, like, we almost broke the record for heat that year.
I mean, that feels like it's every year.
Yeah. Oh, now it's like every year for sure. So, but like at that time, it just, during that time, shooting outside, my fucking fingers were burning trying to put the jib together outside because within 2 minutes, the jib, because it's made of metal, would just instantly fucking heat up.
Yeah.
If left outside for too long.
If you had the camera outside, that's gonna overheat too.
You had to keep the camera like shade. You had to put it in shade or put like a towel over it, make sure it didn't overheat. Make sure you kept it off. We did have one reflector for one day because I think Jordan brought his or someone. It was crazy, dude. It was chaotic at times, but it was so fun. It was just being around those guys, being around those people, and afterwards, we fucking smoked too when it was. Yeah, when it was done, our celebration of rap was after rap. We hit the little ganja, a little bit of ganja there. We were like, what do we do with this props? We can't fucking sell them, obviously, because it's illegal. Well, let's just smoke them. He's like, let's smoke them. Yeah, so. Yeah, man, that was a Great Bambino.
It was a good watch.
It was a good watch. It was a great watch. I love seeing you see it. Like you said, this was your favorite, huh?
Yeah, because it's so just kind of out there and just like I'll watch it and be like, what the fuck is this? But that's what kind of makes it fun, though.
I get that. I understand why. Like, man. Yeah. So the next one would be Left in Black, I guess, huh? No. Or did you make Shoes after that?
No, shoes would be after that.
Shoes would be afterwards.
So it'd be Left in Black and then Shoes.
And then Shoes.
So I think the next one should be interesting because that's where we kind of make the jump into an actual more serious effort in this
and actually putting work.
Yeah, the work, the camera,
and it's start to see kind of like a small raise in performance for sure. And definitely love to delve into that one. Have more time to talk about it. Little press for time because I fucked up with the goddamn machine here, and now we're only recording in mono audio because I don't know how we fucked up the audio, and
we'll fix it for next time.
Fix it in post.
Fix it in post.
Yeah, man. So that was cool. I know you got your press time. You got to get out of here. So I'm gonna try to get you out of here, but we got to talk about the next thing, which is our next podcast. We have another great guest coming in.
A young filmmaker.
Young, ambitious filmmaker.
Ambitious.
He's
talented.
He's turned in his long hair for a long beard. Have you seen him lately?
No, it's been a while since I've seen him.
Yeah, he grew up. He went full on trucker.
Full on trucker.
He went full on cross country trucker.
Oh man.
The one and only and beautiful Hunter Getz is gonna be our next guest.
In studio.
In studio.
In front of a live audience.
In front of a live studio
Mr. Getz
audience.
will be here.
Mr. Hunter Getz. Directed the next couple movies. No, directed the next movie. Wrote, helped write Left in Black, and then went on to direct with Casey Zenner the one movie that would unite us as friends, Unscrewed. So he directed that, and then went on later on to direct Valora. So he's got some directing credit underneath him. He's
working on a lot of stuff.
He's been busy with the cinematography class over there at SCC, so he's learned a lot about cinematography, which is great. So he'll have more of an understanding of the whole role of composing shot and framing and all that. So that'll help me out next time I'm on his set. And
it should make for a good talk. 'Cause
it's
I think
gonna make
he has a lot of experience under his belt.
A lot of experience, and aside from Zach Trussell, he's the one person I know the longest amongst all of my friends. So, like, I met him there on set at the Great Bambino back in 2016, which I can't believe is almost over 3 years ago from now. Yeah. Fucking insane.
That's wow.
I know, right? So, so we're gonna have him on. It's gonna be a fucking blast. I can't wait to talk to him and have him on board. He's been wanting to get on. He's been giving me shit. And I'm here finally now, man. I told him, like, let's do this whenever you're free, because he's a busy guy. And I finally got talked out to get the schedule online with his. And we're going to have him on next time, ladies and gentlemen. So prepare for that. We're about to wrap up this show. I hope y'all guys enjoyed having this watch along with us. Again, the link is on below the video if you're listening to it on not SoundCloud.
YouTube.
Yeah, it's gonna be on YouTube, but I'm also talking about Spotify.
Okay.
Or
Spotify.
iTunes. Mostly Spotify. I'll have a link right there so you can watch it on the YouTube. So thanks for listening with us, people. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did rewatching this classic. This cult classic.
So now to close out the show, you got to get up from your seat and play the outro music.
Oh God. Do I have to? Can I just put it in post-production?
We'll just fix it in post.
I just fix it in post. No, I actually have it on my. I actually have it on here. Fucking, it's on my Spotify account. Please check out on our Spotify. We have our picks, best of, and it's a Picks and Valleys picks, and it's a list of the songs that we played on our podcasts. It's our intro and outro musics, and I'm about to play that right now, which is called, where is it at? Thanks for listening, of course. And again, thank you again, everybody, for listening to us and putting up with us. I know it's been a while since we posted a podcast, and we're hoping to post more podcasts.
Yeah, we'll get back on track.
Until then, have a great day. Talk to you soon. Later.